This is part 2 of my attempted assassination of Donald Trump series. If you have not seen part 1, I highly suggest seeing it. I was at the rally live, so I am giving you all of the information that was privy to me. And I'm getting so many more downloads, so let's get into the conspiracy part of the situation. So first off, this is the location of where we were at. So Trump was stationed right here. We were facing outwards towards the road. I was right in the middle. The two media stations were on either side of me, and then they had this larger building that you could park at, and this was the shooter's location. He was over 400 feet away, which wasn't very far because you could see this building. Everybody was partying over there. I actually almost parked there because it was right there and it was $20, so why not? So we were off of the main road a little bit back by these barns over here. This is where the stage was. He came out through the back by the barns, okay? We also had those snipers on the roof that we were looking directly at the whole entire time, and we were surrounded by 3 sets of bleacher stages, and we also had some seats down here on the bottom. Corey Compatore was the person who was fatally wounded, trying to protect his wife, trying to protect his daughter. He literally shielded them with his body, and that's what all of the witnesses were saying as well. I also have a video of Joe, who I interviewed during this whole situation, who was sitting right next to the 2 people that got shot. Take a look at my video. I have some of the original footage that is posted on my page, along with the interview from Joe. I was there on a whim, going for fun, so I was playing the game, where are the snipers? I was looking for them. They were inside of the barns. There were a couple on top of the roofs, but way over on the other side. There was nothing over here, like I said. No buildings except this building. There's a couple houses that were behind it, but not too much. And right around everything, you know, it's a very open space because it's a farm show, right? Everybody was dying of heat. It was really, really hot there, very uncomfortable, and everybody was watching the snipers. So why weren't there other snipers on all of the other roofs, and why wasn't this one checked? But I was baffled because I thought that a president would have a lot more security than just maybe 2 snipers and maybe a couple in a barn over on the right where I was. But it was odd that this location was not secured because it's not far at all. I also want to say that all of the signals to your cell phone were completely scrambled during the whole entire time. I could not make a phone call. I could not go live to show you the rally. I tried. I really tried. Could you imagine if I went live and we saw this together? I questioned the amount of barricades that they had surrounding the whole event. Maybe they were thinking that somebody was going to drive up somehow and start a shooting. I don't know, but they didn't secure any of the top locations except for over here, and like I said, over in the barns here way on the right. I also found it very odd that the snipers the entire time were looking out in that direction. So that's interesting that they didn't catch this guy scaling the roof, but maybe he was scaling it from the back up. That brings me to my next event, the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Let's get into him. So media started scrambling for this person right here. This is not Thomas Matthew Crooks. This is an ex-user named Jew Gazing. He's the one who put this video up because his friend said he looked like the shooter. He took several pictures of himself, claiming that the shooter has been identified, and apparently it's him. Same thing, also this user named Jew Gazing. And since this guy went viral, he has changed his profile picture to say that he is not, in fact, the shooter. The shooter is Thomas Matthew Crooks, but there's also a lot of speculation surrounding the whole thing. This is Thomas Matthew Crooks. He was registered as a Republican and had no prior incidences of anything. This kid went to school with him, said he was a loner, and he was bullied. This brings me back to my next case. His father was a case manager for behavioral mental health. Now, when I see things like that are associated with somebody who was attempting to assassinate a president, I automatically think MKULTRA. Interestingly enough, he was also in a BlackRock commercial. So let me get this straight. His father is a behavioral mental health caretaker. He's in a BlackRock commercial, and he also goes unnoticed scaling a building and attempts to assassinate former President Donald Trump. You don't think those 3 things have anything in coincidence? Who else had 3 names associated with them while they were attempting to assassinate a president? My intuition screams that he was part of the MKUltra Manchurian candidate program, especially because we have several military bases that are surrounding our area. He was a part of those associations. He was in the commercial with it, and he probably did some undercover black work projects that he wasn't even aware of. So many things that were going on during the actual rally itself, and then hereafter, all of these things are unraveling for us to uncover. I'm gonna have to make a part 3 because there's so much information that is surrounding this, and I'm still getting downloads, so check out for part 3, guys. Love ya.